nothings is nothing. That's mathematics, son. You can argue with me, but you can't argue with figures. 2 half nothings is a whole nothing. And I know what I'm talking about because...
What we'd actually like to do is we would like to include in our paper an image that was published in a different paper. This is just a picture that was taken from a previous article. Thought it was relevant for our article, and so instead of reproducing it, we'd just like to call back to it. But there's 2 packages that are helpful with images in things like academic papers. The first is Magic, which is great. I'm using this image read command through Magic to read in the PNG, but then there's it's now a base R function, but originally it was its own package called grid, and grid has a function called grid.raster. It's got several functions to control images, and just the default grid raster is actually going to go ahead and take a look at where this image is being placed and properly size it so it fits within the constraints of our container. Just that simple grid raster is really helpful for image sizing. So here's our APA formatted journal submission. And if we wanted to add an image to that, we can just find an image to that one. It's a lot more common to include. I don't know. I can't think of a situation where we would include in a psychology journal a picture of a kitty with his sticking his tongue out. 2 packages. We'll just use the one first, actually. Let's give this a figure caption. Call it nice little kitty. Then it should give us a figure number in the document as long as we, on line 83 here, call this out. Here's our nice little kitty. And then on this one, it doesn't look like the sizing is as big of an issue, but I think it's probably good practice as you're doing these to go ahead and use that. I think grid has maybe actually been appreciated as a package. As I said, I think it's built in now to base R. But instead of just asking for kitty, we'll use that grid raster command, and we'll see if it alters the way our kitty looks here. And the expectation is it might blow it up a little bit, more consistent with the margins of that paper. There we go. And you can control it even more with subcommands within that grid raster option. If we were to knit it as a copy edited journal format, sometimes this blows up. Let's try it. It should actually right size that as well. But so that's a nice little, I think, trick using images in things like academic journals is a combination of Magic with that grid raster command. Does a nice job of right sizing things.